Don't be afraid of what lurks in the shadows, instead, be afraid of what doesn't. Welcome back to Clash of Clans Attacks, or if it is your first time here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave, as today we are going over one simple tip: watch the shadows. And specifically what I am talking about is spell deployment, mostly for freeze and poison spells, and the shadows that units create. Now watch the Lava Hound and the Balloon as they come out of the clan castle. Here comes that freeze spell, and it is going to freeze the Inferno, the Expo, and the Lava Hound, but just barely misses the Balloon. You can see the Balloon's shadow just outside of the radius of that freeze spell. It does not get frozen. Not a critical, huge difference in this raid, but just something to point out. Now we'll move on to the use of a poison spell. And obviously this attacker wanted to poison the clan castle, Hound, and Balloon, but look closely at the Balloon's shadow just outside of the radius of that poison spell. Now a poison spell not very effective on a big Lava Hound, but obviously not even touching this Balloon. Although it may look like the Balloon is within that poison spell's radius, the shadow is not, so the Balloon takes no poison damage whatsoever. Instead, it remains over the golems, dropping bombs, damaging until finally that wizard takes it out of the sky. So let's move on to another example, this again with a freeze spell, and watch the shadows once again of the Lava Hound and the Balloon as they come out of the clan castle, very clearly seen over the Queen's throne. Here comes the poison spell, and it will just barely miss both of the units this time, the Lava Hound and the Balloon, just outside the edge of that freeze spell's radius. And notice the Balloon, as it passes through, is not going to get frozen by the freeze spell dropped in front of it. Now again, this was on my base, and yes, the attacker after that Inferno Tower and Expo primarily, but just a good example of how the shadows work with these individual clan castle units. Now we've got an example here from Ulti Gamer of full attack with 4 exclamation points, and watch how the Balloon is outside of the poison spell's radius. You can see the shadow is being cast right there on the clan castle, and Ulti with a brilliant, genius, unbelievable, okay, kind of a cool move, and that is he drops an archer, and that archer lures the Balloon to within the poison spell radius. So he did catch that, he observed what was happening, dragged the Balloon in just with the use of a single archer, and now that poison spell is going to work, ramping up the damage. There goes the Balloon out of the sky. Also a good example of the lasting effects after the poison spell expires of the dragon continuing to take damage. Alright, so here is one more good example, this one also from my full attack clan. Mr. Cheerios, also in the process of luring out the dragon and a Balloon from the clan castle, gets them out there. Here comes the poison spell, and watch as the dragon takes damage. The Balloon eventually moves to within that radius, the shadow just barely on the edge of the poison spell as it pursues the wizards trying to take down that dragon. It is steadily taking more and more damage. The wizards in the poison spell taking out the dragon, the Balloon falling from the after effects, and another good example of a player observing what lurks and what doesn't lurk in the shadows. So I hope this quick tip helped improve your gaming experience in Clash of Clans. Thank you as always for sticking around and watching all the way to the end of this episode. Please don't forget to subscribe for daily Clash of Clans content. Check out my other episodes, and I'll see you again tomorrow with more full attacks.
Galadon, tell me something I don't know. Oh, right. Good luck with that.